I'm Alex DelSordo, and with me is Shane Farmer from Dark Horse Rowing, and we are talking about the bracket breakdown. And today it is Masters Women. Shane, introduce yourself, please.
So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Shane Farmer. I started Dark Horse Rowing, and we are essentially the world's largest resource for rowing, period. We trend towards the indoor rowing side. So if you want to learn anything, whether it's you as an athlete learning how to use the machine, or if you're a coach wanting to learn how to teach it better to others, that's where we come in.
Amazing. Now, this is a big topic because, Shane, we're talking about indoor rowers, something that you focus on, and you have a history with some of these women here, given your background in emceeing these competitions. But look, man, we have an overwhelmingly large number of indoor rowers, women, moms even, that have found rowing late in life, and the field's dominated by it. What is going on in the rowing world that we have women at masters level that are competing on indoor rowers? Like, you know the field. Talk to me about this.
Yeah. So, what's really interesting is that people find these machines in different ways. And what you're seeing, for example, Morgan McGrath has an incredible weight loss story. And she is just like all smiles all the time, just an amazing competitor. She's one of those people that you like want to be backstage with in between competition, because no matter how bad it gets in the competition itself, she's always going to be like hugging you, smiling, like having a great time afterwards. So she comes from a weight loss background, and it's incredible to see. And I think what you're finding is people find this for so many different reasons, but they just fall in love for their own reason and because of its accessibility. And that's one of the reasons that rowing is just rising right now as an interest for people, is because A, it's accessible to everyone, and B, once they find it, and if they realize, wow, I'm actually good at this compared to others, there's, as you're providing, an outlet for competition.
But you know what's weird though, man? It's like I have to stop thinking that indoor rowing is not a sport, right? I just see it. I see it as a miserable machine that I used for millions of meters. And these women, men, doesn't matter, para rowers too, they're rowers. They're finding a sport they love. And like Jordan Falcone, we've interviewed her a bunch of times. She is obsessed with this. And she is the clear favorite in the Masters Women. Do you predict that she's going to go all the way and win this thing?
I think she has a really good shot. And, you mentioned the emceeing thing. So I actually emceed an event in Budapest at which both Morgan and Jordan were present. And so got to see the two of them together, and they're actually friends, which is cool to see. Like, they know each other. They compete well together. And having seen what Jordan can do, I think she's very capable, and there's a really high likelihood that she's going to be able to rise to the top here.
We have Malin Sundstrom. I got to make this short, from Sweden. This is really cool. So you were in Budapest, right? So rowing clearly can take people around the world. We have around the world competitors here. But what I like about it, it's an even playing field. The erg is the same in Stockholm, Sweden, that is in a small little basement in North Carolina. And she is a clear favorite to make it to the Final Four and do very well. She posted a 1:45 split for 1,000 meters. Dude, that is lightning fast. For
That's
someone
fast.
Give me your thought on how strong these women have become at the Masters level.
Well, being able to tackle this machine comes down to a few different points, but strength is really one of those. And I think that it's a very underdeveloped and under-focused point when it comes to the machine, is somebody's strength. Now, when it comes to an indoor competition like this, often the trend is to gravitate towards somebody who might be stronger and might be able to perform a little bit better. Those short sprints are going to produce better sprinters, more stronger athletes, right? It's when those long ranges come up. And so you're going to have to find this balance that falls between, can this athlete handle endurance, or is it going to be that strength that's going to allow them to succeed in these shorter distance events?
So unlike last week, we did the 1-minute pieces where I think a lot of the CrossFitters like Morgan McGrath will shine because she even said that's her distance. This is the 6 minutes and 8 seconds max time. And just to reference that's Eric, it's Murray and Bond's world record time in the men's pair, 6:08, lightning fast. Does the rower have the advantage here, or does a CrossFitter, or does that not even matter?
I'm going to say that the rower has the advantage here. I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. And I think any of the rowers that are still in the mix are going to start to rise to the top on this, because you're going to get that this is a rowing distance. This is what you train for. It's what you do. You know how this feels. You know how it goes. You know every inch of that map. There's no part of this that you haven't experienced before, both on the water and on your machine. You know what it's like to be with a team in that environment. I got to give the rower the credit here.
Well, there you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. The guy that trains people at all levels is saying, this is the rower's distance. Go rowers. I love him. I love him. But anyway, that is our video breakdown of the Masters women's events. Hope you enjoyed watching. And Shane, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.